Are you serious? Are you serious? The Illuminati! Some people are saying that. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is crazy, but it's developing right before our very eyes. And that is there's a new world order, a global governance coming together under the banner of tyranny, under the banner of power over the people. And I'm telling you that right now. Guys, don't forget, get your ticket today. Go right now to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. Go to www.paulbegleyprophecy.com or pick up the phone. Call the number, 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230 today. Get your ticket right now. Get your link sent to you and start watching the most talked about webinar of the year. The most absolute positive response. And I got people saying, Paul, thank you. Pastor Paul, please, thank you. More webinars like this, more like this. Well, we have to do different topics. But yes, this one is unreal. And so get your ticket right now and enjoy it, okay? Now, here we go. The New World Order has arrived. Well, I'm saying that it's here. And it's now positioning. They're choosing. They're now getting in line to create this global governance. China, President Xi Jinping just rolled out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin. Look at this. He's rolled out the carpet for President Putin, from Russia, of course. And, of course, the president of India, Mr. Modi. Also, Kim Jong-un is there. Also, Erdogan is coming. This is crazy. The autocrats, the populists, the friends and foes alike of the strong man waging a war in Europe and the leader of the world's biggest democracy will all be hosted by China's Xi Jinping this weekend at a summit designed to showcase Beijing as a global leader capable of providing a counterweight to the Western institutions. Heads of state, delegations from across Asia and the Middle East will meet today in the Chinese port city of Tianjin for the 2-day summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. That's a regional security grouping that has emerged as the cornerstone of President Xi Jinping and President Vladimir Putin's drive to rebalance the global power in the world in their favor. Chinese officials have billed the summit as the SCO's largest yet, with the diplomacy and pageantry setting the stage for President Xi to tout his country as the stable and powerful alternative leader at a time when the world's leading superpower, the United States of America, under President Donald Trump, is shaking things up among his own alliances and actually waging a global trade war with tariffs. I almost did a parody, guys. I got the tariff, but I did not wreck the economy. I almost did one of those, but the gathering in China is more important, as also comes days ahead of the major military parade in Beijing, which is going to happen this week. Okay? That will offer a total different message that China's not only going to be the superpower economically, but rapidly developing a military might and draw the autocrats like North Korea's Kim Jong-un, Myanmar's Min Aung-hlaing, and alongside Vladimir Putin and Russia's friendly European leaders, and that's Alexander Vučić of Serbia and Slovakia's Robert Fico. Now, the summit also gifts Russia's Vladimir Putin some international spotlight just 2 weeks after the Alaskan summit with Trump, and as he continues to ignore international pressure to end his onslaught of a war against Ukraine. Earlier this week, Russia's forces carried out the second biggest aerial attack since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine began. It's unbelievable. He's not trying to get peace. He is moving his agenda to become Mother Russia. He wants to be, and he has said, Peter the Great. Now, Putin, who arrived to a red carpet welcomed in Beijing on Sunday or today, praised the Chinese-Russian partnership ahead of his trip as a stabilizing force for the world. In a written interview for China state news agency, he said that they were united in one vision of building a just multipolar world order, an allusion to the two countries' efforts to revise what they see as a U.S.-led world order unfairly stacked against them. So the SCO members, which include China, Russia, India, Iran, Pakistan, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. Any more stands? How many stands is there? Presiding over a vast swath of global energy reserves and govern some 40% of the global population. And these leaders include Prime Minister Modi. He's arrived in there in China, as well as President Xi has been holding a flurry of bilateral meetings with his guests since Saturday. So China and India have been sitting down with a lot of other leaders together. And then, guys, you're talking about 1.4 billion people in China, 1.8 billion people in India is an insane amount of people. That's 3.2 billion. There's only 8 billion. Just those two countries alone. They could put together easily a 200 million man army. This is an insane situation. The guests at the summit have national rivalries between them and vast differences in political systems. And while this has sparked criticism, guys, of the group as too dispersed to be effective, it also may serve to underscore President Xi's message. Beijing wants to signal that China is the indispensable conveyor in Eurasia, capable of seating rivals at the same table and translating great power competition into managed interdependence. According to the director of the Center of Security Strategy and Policy Research at the University of Lahore in Pakistan, and the guy's name is Rabia Akhtar. Now, the optics are straightforward. China's not just a participant in regional order making. It is the primary architect and host. And Modi's attendance at this gathering also adds some power behind President Xi's guest list. The Indian Prime Minister skipped last year's summit when it was held in Kazakhstan, but now he has arrived in China against a backdrop of souring relations with Washington, and as Beijing and New Delhi, India, have moved to ease their own frictions, a realignment is occurring that could literally impel the U.S. efforts to cultivate India as a counterweight against the rising China. So in other words, India's playing both sides of the fence here. They want to play both sides. Now, delegations are also expected from the SCO's 16 official partner and observer countries. Listen to who else is there. Cambodia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, as well as a member of NATO, Turkey, for the Lord's sake. What are they? Among others. Chinese officials are gathering in China. Beijing additionally invited a handful of Southeast Asian leaders. Matter of fact, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is also there. And across the city there in China, banners are in English, Russia, and Chinese, which is they're lining the highways everywhere. Officials are heavily restricting traffic into the city center as the Chinese leaders welcome their guests with a ceremony, pomp, typical of Chinese diplomacy at the highest level. This is the new world order forming right before our very eyes. And the location has been pointed symbolic for China as a port that was forced open by the colonial powers back in the 19th century, with those from Europe and the Imperial Japan receiving land concessions and key city occupied by Japan during World War II. Now, some guests include Putin, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, he's the president of Iran, and Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif are also slated to stay for the military parade while they're at it in Beijing, where the ruling Communist Party will show off its military might and play its role, playing it up, fighting Imperial Japan as part of the Allied forces in World War II, and as the globe is now marking and celebrating 80 years since the end of World War II. So this is huge, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is huge. It is first of all, there's this economic summit, which is really also mainly the BRIC nations. South Africa's not there, and Brazil's not there. Had they both been there, you'd have had the BRIC nations there in full. But two of those guys are missing. That's good. Maybe that's a sign that BRIC thing is not fully on board. But China's showing themselves, when they got India to come and Russia to come, they're showing themselves as a geopolitical power. But then in the parade, they're going to show themselves as a military might, because you're going to have all these nations, China, Russia, North Korea, all there for the parade, the military parade. So this is very interesting what's happening. You're seeing the formation of a new world order. And there are definitely prophecy involved in this of when you start talking about 200 million man army. Now, in my book, Revelation 9:11, I talk about the 200 million man army. I tell you that it's going to be done by China, Russia, and India, and here they are. And I also talk about the vortex of evil, which is the military coalition, which is China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. They're all at the table now. So you got the military pack, you got the economic pack, and you got a bunch of countries coming along for the ride trying to counter the United States, United Kingdom, the European Union, Australia, the Canadians, and South and Central and South America, plus other nations like Japan and Taiwan, very powerful part, and New Zealand, all part of, the United States, Western worlds. France is included in that. Germany's included that. And so the world, you can see what's happening. The world is dividing. Now, in Revelation 9:11, it talks about, not only do we talk about Apollyon coming out of the bottomless pit, but I talk about how that this alliance, this 200 million man army, is also in chapter 9 of Revelation 9:11. So Apollyon's in that, coming out of the bottomless pit with all of these creatures to wreak havoc in the world. But then you also have, of course, the beast. You have the king of the bottomless pit coming out. And then you have the 200 million man army preparing for the great battle of the end times. So we're watching this develop right now. You can get my book. It's at Amazon if you want to go to Amazon, or Books a Million, or Barnes & Noble, or Walmart. I think Target has it for sure, and I think some others. Or you can get it in the audiobook. Get the audiobook of it. I read it. Now, I'm going to tell you now, if you buy the audiobook, go to Audibles or go to Amazon and buy the audiobook. It has a little setting. Set the speed to 1.2. Set it to 1.2, and then I sound more natural. For some reason, it's a little off. Not bad, but just a hair. It kind of drives me nuts. You won't probably even notice, but You can set it to 1.2. Those of you have already got it. Just try that and you'll see it sounds much better. But anyway, whatever. Get the audiobook if you don't like to read that much and would rather listen to the book, the audiobook. Go to Amazon.com and get the audiobook of Revelation 9:11. All right, guys, I'm going to be back with more current world events, certainly, because we've got to. It's getting crazy. And I'm going to be live at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock, with Sunday Night Live. It's going to be epic tonight.
Have you looked around? Have you heard the sound of mama's crying?
There's 666 people here right now. What?
Or do you turn away
New World
when
Order.
you see the face of the innocent dying?
I'm going to be talking about Rosh Hashanah and the rapture.
In these darkest days,
I'm going to do
are
a
you
teaching.
not afraid
I'm going to do a teaching on it.
that it's too late?
September 23rd. You need to know what this is all about.
You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead. You gotta keep praying.
Jesus is coming. He's coming. He's coming.
You gotta
He's
cry,
coming.
rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving.
Here we go.
Can't go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this. Give this world back to God. Have you lost your love? Feel like giving up? Your heart been broken? Are your kids okay? Do they come home safe? Do you lie there hoping?
No, I didn't know I was in somebody's podcast.
You can make a wish.
Thank you for letting me know. Thank you.
You can knock on wood.
That's good to know.
Oh, it won't do you no good. You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead. You gotta keep on praying. You gotta cry, rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving. We can't go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this. Give this world back to God. You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead and keep on praying. You gotta cry, rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving. Can't go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this. You can hope the best, make a wish. The only answer is give this world back to God. Oh, give it back. Hey!
miracle is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Boy, I tell you, tonight's broadcast at 7 o'clock is going to be epic. It really is. I've been working on it, and it's incredible, the things, prophecy. And the webinar is just doing phenomenal, and people are sending information back about, wow. And one person said, I've had to watch it 3 times. The whole webinar. How can you watch the whole webinar 3 times since Friday night? Which you could. There's eight presentations. It's a total of 7 hours. You really could. And you could also listen to my book, Revelation 9:11. If you got the audio book, you can listen to it in 7 hours and 9 minutes. That's how long it takes. 7 hours and 9 minutes. But people are really, really excited about the webinar to do. It's classic. It's awesome. It really is. What a right now word. And then in September, to remember, now it really is going to be good. I'm going to be teaching a 3-hour Super Saturday broadcast at 12 noon. You can be there live if you want to in the chat room, or you can just get your ticket for it and just listen to it whenever you want to. But it's called September 23, Rosh Hashanah and the Rapture. That's it. September 23, Rosh Hashanah and the Rapture. In other words, of course, Rosh Hashanah, and it's the Jewish New Year. I mean, it's God's New Year as far as the Hebraic calendar, but also it is, the Feast of Trumpets. And so we are going to break it all down for you, okay? And I'm going to do it on September 20th. September 20th. So that way you'll have 3 or 4 days to really prepare for the Feast of Trumpets, okay? And I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's exhaustive teaching we're doing on it, but I think you're really going to be a blessing. All right. Someone said that there's somebody put out a podcast. What'd you say, Cheryl? I think was the name of that podcast? I'm in it, I guess. I don't know that, but that's good. That's fine. What was the name of it? Last Days Podcast or something? Anyway, thank you for letting me know about that. If you can tell me that again, I'd like to check it out. But it was really good, I guess, and they must have used a couple clips of me or something, so that's fine. Look, we're in the end times. We're in the end times, no doubt about it. All right, so get your tickets for the webinar. It is going to be, this webinar is absolutely a game changer, and people are talking all about it everywhere. Last Days Podcast. Okay, Cheryl, thank you. Last Days Podcast. I'll check it out. All right, guys, I guess what? I'm going to be back at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be finishing my preparation, but I've already got some really great information for you. So, wow. Don't miss tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're living in the last days. God bless all of you. Wow. Are you serious? Are you serious?